Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Spell Engine. Today we're working on a transfer pump with a Honda GX 200 engine on it. The only time it runs is with the choke on full. So there's either dirt in the carburetor or old gas or water or something. So we're going to go ahead and tear it apart, see if we can't get it running. So hope you enjoy the video. Okay, we'll go ahead and start tearing it apart. We'll go ahead and take the air filter off. Definitely gonna need a new air filter. The foam's missing on this one. In fact, it's all coming off in pieces. There's the base of it. But that right there, that's the least of our problems right now. We'll get this thing running first. Yeah, we got two 10 millimeter nuts and a 10 millimeter bolt on top. We'll go ahead and take off. And we got a bolt up here. Pull out a little bit, then I take that clamp off the fuel line, and I got a little bucket underneath. I'm just gonna drain the gas out of it. Drain the gas, clean the tank, blow it out, because you never know what's in these on these tanks. Where the fuel comes out at, it's like about a quarter inch, or like a little low spot in the carburetor. Like that's where like the water and stuff collects. And we'll pull it out a little bit more, and we'll take off this throttle rod and the spring. And it'll slide right on out. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the outside a little bit before we tear it apart. Get all that dirt and stuff off there. Well, I got it halfway clean now, so we can go ahead and tear it apart. That'll be our next step. Okay, let's go ahead and take this apart. Bolt's kind of halfway stripped a little bit. The head is, they must put like a 3/8 on there or something. Don't look too terribly bad. There's a little bit of dirt there in the bottom. Pull that pin out. And you got this little sediment bowl on the side here. There's a lot of dirt in the bottom of that. And right here is like a little pilot jet. I'm going to take this idler screw out. And kind of see where it's at on that side there, so you know how far to screw it back in when we're all done. And this what kind of holds that pilot jet in there. It's kind of pressed in there. There's like a little O-ring in there. Just get under the lip. Just pop it right on out. And on these here, there's two holes in the side right here, and there's like a little jet in the center. If you cover one hole with your finger and blow carburetor cleaner side, there should be a fine mist coming out the tip. That's how you can tell. I didn't see nothing come out of that, so I'll get a little piece of wire here. And what you do is just stick it in there. Go back and forth, and if you can see your little wire through the hole, you know it's cleaned out. And take your air hose and blow it out. So that's all clean, but we're going to boil out the carburetor. So we'll do that next. And we'll go ahead and turn that thing on, and we're going to throw our carburetor inside there. Get everything all nice and clean. Go ahead and take our bowl, put that in there. Go ahead and take our carburetor. It ain't too terribly bad, so I think about 20 minutes I'll do the trick. And while it's doing that, I think we're going to go ahead and clean out the gas tank and put a new plug and change oil in it. Okay, while the carburetor is being boiled out, we're going to go ahead and blow out this tank. And there's like a little hole in the bottom that has this little bit of gas in there. That's where the water usually sits, because water is heavier than gas. And you might say, well, why don't you just take the gas tank out and clean it that way? And I said, well, you could, but using an air hose cleans it out just as good, and it's probably quicker. So you can either take the gas tank off and up it upside down, or what I use like a paper towel or something. Cover this up so you don't get gas in your face and stuff. And you have a little cup under your fuel line over there. There's something rattling around in there. Get the flashlight out and see what that is. Well, that's kind of interesting. That's what was in there. Hmm. I don't believe that belongs in there. I've never seen nothing like that in there before, but I could be wrong. If anybody knows what that is, please let me know in the comments. I'd like to know what that's for. Anyway, see the tank's all done now. I don't know if you can see this, but in the very bottom there's a dark ring down there. That's all water. That was in that little indent in the bottom of the gas tank. That's why they have that in the bottom of the gas tank. So when I do these kind of things, I like just doing everything so nothing will come back. You know it's done right. So we're just gonna go ahead and change the spark plug now. Still got a few minutes on the carburetor being cleaned. And when we get this done, I'm just gonna go ahead and drain the oil. We're gonna put brand new oil in this. This is planting season around here, and people use these transfer pumps to pump water and fertilizer in their planters and stuff. So they have to rely on these. They can't afford them to be broken down all the time. So we're just gonna do the extra step. Been running kind of rich. Do the extra step and check everything over and do it right. And they're reliable. As long as you put clean gas in there. Check the oil, make sure the air filter is clean. These Hondas will damn near run forever. Go ahead and snug that down. Pop it on until it clicks. Now I'm going to drain the oil on this. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to hang this part of the block over the side of my bench here. And put an oil pan on the floor. That needs changing. It's pretty doggone black. And I'll like stick like a pair of pliers or something on the back side of it so it's at an angle. I'm gonna let that thing drip all the way out. Then we'll put the carburetor together, put the carburetor on, put new oil in there and new filter and gas and see what this does. Carburetor is still being cleaned, so we'll go ahead and throw the new oil in there. None of these Hondas use like a 1030 weight, unless your owner's manual specifies something different. We'll put about 16 ounces in there and check it. There's no, usually they have like a little stick on there with crosshatch on it. This is like an aftermarket replacement one. There's one on the other side too, exactly like this. So evidently they lost their cap at one time and put one of them replacements on. We'll just put it to the bottom of the thread marks. Here we got nice clean oil for this thing. Now we're just waiting on the carburetor, so that'll be the next step. Okay, we got the carburetor all clean now. And if you don't have like an ultrasonic cleaner, that carburetor dipping solution works just good, or old-fashioned can of carburetor cleaner. But the main jet is right in here. And you take your carburetor cleaner, you spray in there, and you make sure it shoots right in the venturi of the carburetor right there. That's why you know that jet is clean. So let's go ahead and put this together. I'll grab that. We already cleaned that pilot jet. I'll go ahead and press it in there. It has like an O-ring in there to seal it. I kind of remember where that was, but if it's off, we can always adjust it when it's running. I believe it's right about there. Okay, it wasn't leaking any gas or anything, so I'm not even going to put a kit in this. Just make sure everything's all nice and clean. Put that pin in there and line it all up. So it's like equal on both sides. Get a wrench. You kind of want this drain plug over on the side over here so it's easy to get at if you ever want to drain the gas. And there we go. Now we can go ahead and put this back on the engine. So I'll get this moved a little bit here. Slide her on about so far. Go ahead and get that put on there and grab our spring. There's a little hole on the side right over here. The spring kind of prevents surging. It makes that rod nice and tight. We'll grab our fuel line. Push it on while you're pushing her in there. that clamp down. There we go. Now I'll go ahead and put this gasket on. And our choke lever. And I have both these levers facing forward so they slide right on that front assembly. And this goes in the valve cover. That's your vent tube. Push it in there. We're going to tighten these two nuts up first, then we can put that top bolt in. The top bolt really won't line up right now until it's tight. So now it sucked it all in there, so this top bolt should be all lined up. Put that base on there. Put our gasket in there. Got to go get an air filter because that other air filter's pretty messed up. So let me go run and get an air filter real quick, and we should be about done. Okay, I got me a new filter. Heck of a lot better shape than the one that was in there. Should be sucking some nice clean air now. For some reason that ain't going down all the way. Let's check her out. There's like a little hole where that pin goes in right there. That seems right. Oh, there, it just popped into place there, it felt like. Oh, yeah, much better. Thing here almost looks like it's kind of halfway stripped out too. I'm gonna grab a regular nut for that. The threads are all gone on the bottom of that. I don't think I have one of them. There we go. A little chrome top on her, make it look fancy. Okay, all I have to do now is put some fuel in there, and I'm going to put a little bit of water in that pump because I don't want to burn it up. I'm going to put a little bit of water in there and just going to start up, let it run for a few seconds, and I'm going to shut it off because I don't want to ruin their pump for them. Okay, I put gas in it, so we'll put the switch on, turn the fuel on, Put the choke on. And I put a little bit of water in that transfer pump there because I don't want to burn it out. Well, there you go. It runs like new again. Anyways, hope you liked the video. I appreciate you guys watching them. And if you like watching them, please subscribe. Anyways, have a good afternoon.